Hey everyone, welcome to my first ever Thrift with Me resell for eBay video. I'm currently at the Goodwill, and these were the first things that I saw when I walked in. These Samsonite chairs, they're obviously vintage, and I've seen some vintage Samsonite chairs before, but never as a set and complete with the table. In fact, I had just seen a Samsonite chair like a couple of weeks ago, and it was for like $20. And this set right here altogether was $14.99. So it needed some love, but I grabbed the tag anyway and just figured it out. So I don't really do too much clothing because it's getting super hard to find like actual vintage clothing. But I still like to walk around and take a look. At this point, I've kind of have a trained eye for how old a shirt is just based off the style of the collar, kind of. So I just kind of skim and see if anything sticks out. But nothing was really sticking out today at this Goodwill. I thought I'd seen a serape blanket from far away, but see, there it is right there. But it turned out just to be some type of micro fleece thing. This table was super cute, but it already had the tag off, so that means that somebody had already claimed it. Yeah, I wanted to check for the mark on that pot, and I think it was just like a made in China thing. People are always wanting to chat with you at the thrift store. I've been looking for like an outdoor table for to set up next to my barbecue, and always looking for mid-century modern furniture. This Goodwill's prices are pretty good when it comes to the furniture, so always worth taking a look. I saw this that little vanity right there, but it had some knobs missing. Yeah, so I just chose not to go with it. Hello. I always take a look at the folder binder section. I love vintage real 100% leather binders to keep my notes and my tax information and presentation papers, like, and they're getting super hard to find. I just love, going into like a meeting and having all my stuff like in vintage leather really kind of classes it up. Um, Again, those things are getting super hard to find, man. Like I just remember being able to find those all the time, and now it seems so impossible. There's so many people out, just looking for similar things with the TV shows, the internet. Like everyone just becomes super savvy, or yeah. This was kind of cool because it said IBM on the inside, but it had a lot of wear and tear, so I just decided to skip it. There's a lot of inventory here, which is great because you get to dig and look around, and it's like an Eiffel. But man, there was just not a whole lot going on. Of course, I headed over to the art section. I could never not go to the art section. So many of my best finds, resells from the thrift store have been art. You know, I think this is like the last section where if you are gonna make a really good resell or any money, reselling, you kind of have to have a trained eye, you know? I mean, of course, you can look up artists on the internet and you see people doing that all the time in the thrift store, checking on their phone for signatures and stuff, but sometimes they don't have signatures, or there isn't a whole lot of information about the artist online. But if you have a really keen eye, possibly a degree in art history, what, you know, it's a good chance. I've made my biggest sale to date, which ended up going to the Christie's auction house at Goodwill, and I think I only paid $3.99 for the portfolio of art. And I'm not even gonna say how much I sold it for, but let's say it wasn't $3.99. So just you know, kind of sift through here and see if you can find something. I always look for smaller pieces because bigger pieces are so hard to ship. Now we're in the glass section. I always look at the vases because the same thing. You know, I use a lot of hand turned vases in the house, so I already love like ceramics and art pottery. So I always want to look out for those, and also pots for my plants. So even if I can't find something to resell, I can usually find something just for me. I saw this vase at the bottom, and I don't know what it's for. It was kind of weird, kind of funky. I think it was only like $3.49, but I decided to pass up on it. Yeah, again, they had a lot, but not a lot of the things that I needed to be finding. Now we're getting like in the Christmas florally type of stuff, which I don't really bother with. So now we're in the kitchen pots and pans. They had no pots and pans. I don't know what that was about. I collect pots and pans. I resell vintage pots and pans. There's the vintage pots and pans are such good quality, and I mean they've been around since like the 1950s, so they're probably going to be around for another 50 to 60 years. But they didn't have much, so I just kind of wandered down the bric-a-brac aisle, cups, plates, but I don't usually buy too many cups unless there's something like super rare or I don't see that much of, which of course it doesn't happen a whole lot. I don't know what that was. I'm always looking for these like narrow, long kind of boxes or stands to put things in around the house. And I thought, like wicker rattan, and it was only like $3.49, I think. But I just decided, yep, I just decided against it. It looked kind of new and no bueno. I think I'm just standing there thinking, like, do I want this? So I went over to the plates. I'm always looking for hand thrown vintage ceramic plates. I've Sometimes I'll find a ton, and sometimes obviously I won't find any. Those are also getting more difficult to find. Um, I saw this. It looked super cute, and it had like a little like Japanese writing on it, and it was only $1. But it was just one, so I just decided not to get it. But I love the color; it's really beautiful. It's silver tray right there, but it was kind of flimsy and thin. So yeah, this is where they would have art ceramic bowls, yellowware, the Le Creuset if they have it, Franciscan ware Fiesta, Like that bowl right there is Franciscan ware with the green inside. But it was just one little bowl, so. Oh, at one time I found some plastic Heller here. Well, it's not plastic. They're called something else, but I'm always looking out for Heller. What's this little fish bowl? A little plate. It was just made in China, so going around the corner. I always look at the spatula, spoons, all the cooking utensils, vintage, like Echo. I mean, those things are impossible to find these days. And if you go on eBay, I mean, people are listing like a cooking spoon for like $20. It's insane. And I have a ton of them from just over the years. Of course, I use them in my everyday cooking. I love them. So I'm always looking out for more. I mean, I have so many, and even if I don't find it for myself, I still grab it. Anything that says, made in USA, done. I'm getting that. That's the end. Thanks for joining me on my first ever thrift store shopping video. Bye.